Good evening.
Good evening.
And welcome to the Tin Shed Theater.
Thank you.
Tonight, the Patagonia Players presents The Blue Dog, a one-act comedy mystery written by Bob McMurray. The one thing we ask from you tonight is, anybody has cell phones here? Would you please turn them off? It will distract the actors, I guarantee it. And they've been working very hard. I know you're going to love this show. It has a lot of action, comedy, and surprises. So, I know you're going to have an enjoyable evening. In fact, I have the pleasure, I'm going to be able to sit out in the audience with you tonight and see my people in action. Again, I ask that you laugh at the funny parts, also laugh at the unfunny parts. But sit back, have an enjoyable evening, forget your cares, your woes, and enjoy The Blue Dog. Thank you.
Hey, Mark!
Daisy, whatever shall I do? How can it happen at such a horrible time? It's just too much. Too much.
Oh, calm down, Mother. It's only a piece of statuary. Why, you can get another one just as nice.
How can you say that, Daisy? You know how much that statue meant to me. And it can't be replaced. I've called in a detective to investigate, a private detective, and he should be here any time.
Mother, you know how Dad would not want to see you like this? You have got to get a hold of yourself.
Oh, Daisy, he would be devastated. That statue meant as much to him as it did to me.
Mother, here, take an aspirin. Or 2 or 3. And come and sit down. And take a nice, deep breath. Well, you're liable to have an attack at this rate.
I'm sorry, Daisy. I just can't sit still.
I thought I heard the doorbell.
Hello, I'm Bat Boston. This is my assistant, Philpott. We received a call this morning about a problem of a very serious nature.
Mr. Boston, I'm so glad you're finally here. You must do something quick. It may already be too late.
We'll do our best, ma'am. Your name?
Oh, I'm Mrs. Gorkin Hammersfield, and this is my daughter, Daisy.
Yes, Mrs.
Gorkin Hammersfield.
Yes, Mrs. Gorkin.
Gorkin Hammersfield.
Yes, of course, Mrs. Gorman.
Gorkin Hammersfield. Gorkin Hammersfield.
Okay, Philpott. Make a note of that.
Right, Chief. G-O-R.
Now then, Mrs. Yes, Gorgon. What seems to be the nature of your problem?
It's my dog. It's Miss.
Philpott. Make a note of that.
Missing dog. K-E-N.
Now then, Mrs.
Gorkin Hammersfield.
Yes, missing dogs aren't really my department. I suggest that you call...
Oh, no, you don't understand. This is a very valuable dog. My life depends upon finding
See,
it.
Philpott. Make a note of that.
Very valuable missing dog. H-A-M.
Now then, Mrs. Gorfrin. Yes, can you describe this very valuable dog?
Well, it's quite small.
Small, yes, okay. And what color is it?
Blue.
Blue.
Yes, blue.
Blue.
Yes, a small blue dog.
Philpott, make a note of that.
Right, Chief. Small, valuable, missing dog, blue, M-E-R-S.
Mr. Boston, maybe I could be of some help? Well, my father died very suddenly just a week ago, and it's left Mother so terribly upset. But before he died, he gave Mother a gift of a very small, valuable statue. It was a statue of a small blue dog.
Aha! Aha! I don't need an echo, Philpott. Just make a note of that.
Right, Chief. Chief doesn't need an echo.
Not that, Philpott. The statue.
Right, Chief. Very valuable, small, blue dog statue. F-F. How do you spell that name again?
Oh, Mr. Boston, you must do something. Why, I just can't bear the idea that I'm losing Blackie and Bluey at the same time.
Blackie and Bluey?
Mr. Boston, my father's name was Blackburn, and Mother called him Blackie. Bluey was the nickname for the blue dog.
Tell me, Miss, what was it that your father died of?
Well, the doctor thinks it was his heart. Mother thinks it was from a bite. Claude, he thinks he was frightened to death, and I think it was a combination of all of those things.
Very interesting. And who is this Claude?
Oh, my fiance, and Daddy's former business associate. He spends a lot of time here.
Mr. Boston, you seem to be just wasting time. The blue dog could be getting farther and farther away, and you just fiddle around.
That's it, Chief, that's it! But fiddle, F-I-D-D-L-E. Gordon Hammer's fiddle.
Go play in the yard.
Go play in the yard.
Chief,
Never mind. Just don't stab yourself in the head with that pencil, Philpott.
right, Chief.
Mr. Boston, don't you think you should start looking for clues?
Not what? Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Gordon. So, yes. Where and when was the last time you saw the blue dog?
Oh, well, it was on the mantle there the whole time. This morning was the first time I tried house cleaning since, well, you know. Anyway, there it was.
Where it was?
Right there on the mantle.
So it was right there on the mantle.
No, I just told you it was gone. Oh,
Philpott, make a note of that.
I don't think I can, Chief. She just ended the sentence with a prepositional phrase.
That's okay, just make the note.
Right. Doggone.
Mr. Boston, do you suppose there could be some fingerprints?
That's exactly what I was thinking of, Daisy. May I call you Daisy?
Oh, yes, of course you can.
Philpott, check for fingerprints.
Right, Chief. She's got them all right, Chief. I think she may.
Philpott, the mantle, the mantle.
Good idea, Chief.
Doris, dear, you didn't tell me we had company. We haven't had company since poor Blackburn went to his heavenly reward.
Oh, but Mother, these men are not company. No, they're here to investigate a crime.
Oh, well, it's almost 10 o'clock. But you really should get a watch. It's much more convenient.
Great. This is Mr. Boston and his assistant Philpott. Mr. Boston is a detective.
Oh, don't you worry about that, Mr. Postman. We're all a little bit defective, each in our own way.
Mrs. Markaby, I don't think you quite understood me. But while you're here, what can you tell me about the blue dog?
Oh, well, I had a big toad once, but I don't remember anything about a bullfrog.
Not a frog, a dog. The blue dog.
Oh, now I understand. Well, you're certainly welcome to stay until it lifts, and then you can be on your way.
Not a fog, a frog. Never mind, now I'm doing it.
Great. Why don't you fix some tea for these very nice gentlemen?
Well, if you say so, Daisy, but maybe they'd rather have some tea.
Oh, that's a good idea. That would be fun.
Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer due.
Oh, God! I'm glad you're finally here. Have you heard what happened?
Yes, Doris, Daisy called earlier and told me how upset you are. Is there anything I can do to help? Daisy.
Oh, thank you, Claude. Claude, this is Boston and his assistant Philpott. Mr. Boston is here to investigate the missing dog. Mr. Boston, this is Claude Sugarman, my fiance, and Daddy's former business associate.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Sugarman. How's your hearing?
What?
Oh, no, not another one.
Mr. Boston just met Mother Mockerby.
Oh, that explains it. I assure you, Mr. Boston, my hearing is quite good. I'd like to help in any way I can.
What can you tell me about the blue dog?
Not much. I only know that Blackburn seemed very excited when he gave it to his wife.
Oh, he was. He was when he told me. No matter what happened, I should take very good care of the blue dog.
Mother, don't cry and don't keep blaming yourself. I'm sure Mr. Boston will solve this mystery.
We'll do our best, Mrs. Gorman. We're going to need to know a little bit more